All right, what's up, guys? So, Amazon has finally released the Gypsum system, and I want to go over how to maximize the usage of this system. I see a lot of people kind of wasting it, not understanding exactly what to do with it, and I'm going to go over what I've learned and what I think is the best way to maximize this system and get your gear score up as high as possible, as fast as possible. So, there are multiple ways to increase your gear score now. There's using Gypsum, and then there's clearing dungeons, and then there's also the old way, which was killing mobs and opening chests in the open world. Now, when you kill mobs and open chests in the open world, you have a low chance of upgrading your watermark, but there's a high chance of upgrading it every day. So essentially what you want to do is you want to go out into the open world, kill some mobs, do a few chest runs first. That should be the first thing that you want to do. Take advantage of that daily watermark upgrade, because at first you're going to see that your watermark is going to go up, and then it's going to stop happening every day when you do daily chests. So you want to get that daily one taken care of. After you've done that, you want to run at least one dungeon, whether that be Genesis or Lazarus, and they'll have a daily upgrade for you in there as well. It doesn't happen every single time, like they said. I've done multiple runs in a day. It's not guaranteed. You still get watermarks, but it's not guaranteed. It's only was guaranteed the first run. At the first run, I got a watermark every single drop, so every single boss. So make sure that you do either Genesis or Laz, preferably Genesis, once a day, because Genesis has a high chance of dropping you watermarks, because there are 3 bosses instead of just the 2 in Lazarus that all drop watermark guaranteed the first time you run a dungeon. And you also get your gypsum for the day. So you've already knocked out 2 gypsum. You've knocked out the gypsum for killing open world bosses. You've knocked out the gypsum for Genesis, so that's already 2. So what you want to do is, once you've gotten your gypsum, which people have made a million guides on how to get these, it's pretty self-explanatory, but you want to get as many as possible, especially the easy ones, a day, at least 5 or so. And then you want to make a cast. Now you want to make a cast every single day as soon as it gets off cooldown for all the items that are important to you. But I wouldn't recommend doing armor, because armor is just gonna be easy. Armor is gonna come naturally. I wouldn't recommend getting an armor cast ever. Anything, boots, gloves, hats, helmet, it's gonna come. Trust me. You just have to play the game. You'll get 590 on these. I know people who barely touch the game and are close to 590 on some pieces of armor. You'll get armor. Don't worry about armor. What you want to focus on, obviously, is your main hand weapon, your secondary weapon. You want to make sure you get those, and accessories. Now, the thing about accessories, as well as your main hand weapons, is when you're low gear score, you get higher bumps for free when you pick stuff up in the world. It's going to happen more naturally. As you can see, the patch has only been out 1 day, and I've already gone up to 515 on my amulet, right? I was at 500. So it goes up naturally a lot faster than the gypsum. If you use a gypsum orb, it's only going to go up by a few points, 1 to 5, which isn't really worth it when you're this low gear score. You might as well just keep going, getting it naturally until you get later on. So what you want to do is, since these casts can only be made daily, you want to make one every single day and expend your cooldown. And once your cooldown's back up, you make another one. And then what you want to do is you want to take those casts and put them in your storage. Now, no one said you can't do this. No one said this is against the rule, right? You can put them in your storage, and once you put them in your storage, you can simply open them all at once. So let's say I get my ring slot up to 590 gear score. No, sorry, that's not right. 580 gear score, and I have 10 of these boxes. I could just pop all 10 and get to 590 right then and there. Or you get to 570 and you have 15 boxes. You just pop them all and you get to 590 right there. You want to guarantee the last part of it, because the last part is the hardest part, because it's gonna go up by 1 or 2, and you have to randomly, luckily run into it. Why do that when you can save them all for the last part and the hardest part and just skip it? You can literally skip the last hardest part altogether. So I think that's the part that people are not really comprehending with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save my earring, my gypsum, because as you can see, my gear score is low in these. I'm going to save these until it's high enough, and then I'll just pop all the boxes and get it to max once I'm close to the cap. I'd say around 570, 575, depending on how many boxes you have, is when you want to start busting them open, because more than likely it's gonna get you to 590. And then as far as my weapons, I'm gonna do the same thing for my rapier. I want to get my rapier to 580 first, and then I'm gonna start popping those boxes open as well. But yeah, so this is just a little quick guide. I made this for not only you guys but also my guildies as well. If you don't know how Gypsum works, or if you do know how Gypsum works but you just want to make the most out of it, you want to get the most gear score possible. So just to recap, do chest runs first. Chest runs, always do those first. Make sure you do all your chest runs. You can craft the gypsum orb whenever you want, just don't open it. You can craft the gypsum cast whenever you want. Actually craft it as soon as possible so you can get rid of the cooldown, but just don't pop it open until after you've done your chest runs. If you don't know, the chest runs that are available are the ones I'd say you must do are Scorched Mines, Merc Guard. Scorched Mines is better if you're in a small group. Merc Guard, you're gonna need a big group, and then even scale reach over here, Imperial Palace. This is going to be a big one as well. So you want to do those two, and then lastly, if you have extra time, the Reek Water, Forecastle Drift, and Siren Stand is pretty good too. Those are the three I'd say you just got to do those every day. Other than that, it's not that big of a deal. But once you've done all those, then do 7 corrupted portals. Do the OPR one. Get all these easy gypsum orbs. Get real easy gypsum ore. They're real easy to get. Make sure you craft a few things so you can get the emerald one. You don't have to craft that much, just a few things to get the emerald one. After you got to have 200 on something by now. And once you got that, then you can get that. All right, I think I'm rambling now, but that's pretty much it. Just wanted to go over it. If you guys have any questions, leave in the comments. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.